Australia outlast India despite Mondana's epic turn. Mooney's masterclass and Australia's depth proved decisive in high-scoring thriller in Delhi. Cricket was played at warp speed. Nearly 800 runs were plundered at more than 8 per over. But in the end, Australia once again found a way to stamp their authority, sealing a 43-run victory over India to clinch the ODI series 2-1. This was no ordinary contest. It was a preview of what Women's World Cup 2025 might hold: breathtaking stroke play, unrelenting intent, and one superstar's unforgettable century that almost rewrote history. Mooney's brilliance sets the stage. Asked to bat first in punishing heat, Beth Mooney produced one of the finest ODI innings in recent memory, a 57-ball century that blended placement, timing, and relentless acceleration. Her 138 was the anchor around which Australia built a record-equaling 412 all-out. Their joint highest ODI score, Georgia Vol 81, survived 2 drops and cashed in, attacking India's spinners with sweeps and flicks. Ellis Perry 68 added stability, batting with grace before accelerating alongside Mooney. Late cameos from Gardner and others pushed Australia beyond 400, though a sudden collapse of 6-4-34 left India with a sliver of hope. Still, Australia's total was a mountain. It was also the highest ever against India in women's ODIs, underlining both their batting might and India's erratic fielding, which leaked over 25 runs in misfields and drops. Mondana's epic counterpunch, if Mooney's 100 was polished steel. Semiriti Mondana swears was a firestorm. She raced to her half-century in 23 balls and her century in just 50 balls, the second fastest in women's ODI history, bettering her own record from earlier in the series. Her 125-70 was her 13th ODI century, drawing her level with Susie Bates and leaving only Meg Lanning ahead, alongside Captain Harmanpreet Kaur 52 off 32. She stitched a blazing 121-run stand that had India at 204-42 in just 20 overs, ahead of the required rate and sending shockwaves through the Aussies. For a brief, dazzling spell, the chase of 413 seemed not just possible, but likely. Turning points: Harmanpreet's injury break, a knee issue forced India's captain off for treatment. The pause stalled momentum, and upon resumption, both she and Mondana fell within consecutive overs. India's middle order wobble with Jemima Rodriguez absent. Responsibility fell on Deepti Sharma, though she countered brilliantly with 72 off 58. India's chase lost its rhythm. Deepti's dismissal, with 59 needed off 46 balls and a strong partnership with Sneh Rana building. Deepti holdout at deep mid-wicket. That moment snuffed out India's final push. Fielding lapses cost India dear. India's batting heroics will dominate headlines, but their fielding frailties were decisive. Dropping vol twice allowed her to stretch to 81, while general sloppiness meant Mooney and Perry constantly found extra runs. Head coach Amol Muzumdar has placed emphasis on fitness and fielding, but this match showed that under pressure, the old habits linger. Stats that tell the story: 96 for 2, India's 10-over power play total, the second highest ever in women's ODS, 412. Australia's total, equaling their all-time ODI best, and the 7th 400 score in women's ODIs. 13 ODI centuries, Mondana joins Betts in second place all-time, chasing Meg Lanning's 15 3-4-86. Erin Dottie Reddy's spell, the most expensive by an Indian in women's OD, is min. 5 overs. What it means for Australia. They reaffirm their position as the benchmark in world cricket. With batting depth and the temperament to absorb counterattacks, for India, Mondana's back-to-back hundreds are a beacon of belief, showing that on the right day they can outgun anyone, but fielding and bowling discipline remain glaring weaknesses. With just 10 days until the Women's World Cup 2025. This clash was more than a bilateral series finale. It was a warning, an inspiration, and a glimpse of how high the ceiling of women's cricket has risen. Headline summary: Mooney 138 and Mondana 125. Light up Delhi in record smashing. Dual Australia's 412 equals their ODI best. India respond with 369, their highest in a chase. Aussies win series 2-1. India left to ponder dropped chances and missed moments.